Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to Light Talks Football and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing all right. As you can see, today is Friday, and you know what that means? It's time for Premier League predictions. This is the last one before the international break, which of course this will be the last international break until March 2025. So there we go. Guess what? We got some tasty fixtures to look out for. The big one is on Sunday, the London Derby at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea versus Arsenal. And there's another interesting game as well that will be, and those games will be live on Sky Sports, by the way. We got Brighton versus Manchester City. Man City have lost 3 games in a row in all competitions. They're looking to bounce back, but they'll go away to Brighton, which is a tricky game, tough place to go to. So this will be interesting. The next one, and after that, the 8 p.m. kickoff is Liverpool at home to Aston Villa. So there, man, some really tasty fixtures, but the big one is on Sunday, Chelsea versus Arsenal. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know you guys will be looking forward to it as well. So this is game week number 11 already. So there's 27 more to go. So there we go. But yeah, man, looking forward to all the games, including the big one. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you hit the bell notification as well and share this to all your friends and your family so that they can also, you know, watch this video, react to anything that I said, and also give your prediction as well in the comments down below if you can do so. So there we go. But yeah, man, enough of the introduction. Time to get down to business. And here we go, guys. So, like I said, there is no 12:30 p.m. kickoff, so we're going to start straight at the 3 p.m. kickoff games, starting off with Brentford versus Bournemouth, of course. Brentford, I believe they won their game last, but so Bournemouth, the last game against Manchester City, actually, no, Brentford lost in the West London Derby against Fulham, last minute winner, whereas for Bournemouth, they got that huge win against the champions after they failed to do so 15 times. So Bournemouth are in a really good position, but for Brentford, they end up bottling it. Like Harry Wilson scored 2 late goals to sink Brentford. So there we go. But yeah, this game, I'm looking forward to it. Especially the likes of Bournemouth who are in a really good form. They're in 10th place, 15 points. So this is going to be an interesting one. I'm so looking forward to it. As usual, I'm going to read out the stats and I'm going to tell you guys what my prediction is. So here we go. Brentford are unbeaten their last 7 league games against Bournemouth, winning 5 drawing 2 since that 1 away loss in the Championship in August 2014. Bournemouth haven't won an away league game against Brentford since October 2005 in League One, which is 2-0. So that's about 19 years ago. But things are about to change. Drawing 5 and losing 4 of their last 9 visits since. Bournemouth have just won 3 of their last 22 Premier League away games against London sides, which is drawing 3 and losing 16, while they conceded at least twice in 17 of those 22 matches. Brentford have won 4 of their last 5 Premier League home games this season, drawing the other. No side have picked up more home wins in the competition this season so far than the Bees, 13 with level with Manchester City, whilst no side have scored more home goals than Thomas Frank's side, 15 level with Tottenham. So that's interesting. And also Brentford's last 2 Premier League home games have seen them beat Wolves 5-3 and Ipswich 4-3. No team in English league history have won 3 consecutive home games while conceding more 3+3 goals each time. So listen, this one is going to be interesting. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it because, Brentford home record is good this season. Bournemouth away record, not so much. But listen, I'm looking forward to this because this could be another high-scoring game. Just as you saw me reading about the Ipswich one 5-4-3 and the Wolves game 5-3 as well at home. This could be another high-scoring game, because Brentford are looking to bounce back after that defeat against Fulham. Whereas the Bournemouth, they're looking to get some away wins, so far this season because their last away game was against Villa, which they drew 1-1. So this is going to be an interesting one. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like this is going to be a high scoring game because Bournemouth are really doing well. Like I said, they were unlucky, yeah, not to put Man City and batter them and put them in a split because it's only 2-1 and it could have been more. It could have been more. So this is why I think Bournemouth, for me, if they can take their chances and and just do well defensively, then I feel like they will win this game. But going to the community stadium ain't that easy. It really ain't. So for this game, I'm gonna go for a I'm going to go for a 3-2 Brentford win because I feel like they might concede like maybe two or maybe plus more than that. But I feel like they are going to get the job done because, like I said, in the last 3 games, they've won 5-3 against Wolves and Ipswich win of 4-3. So I feel like this is going to be another high scoring game and an entertaining one as well because, like I said, Bournemouth are doing well. They beat the likes of Manchester City and Arsenal, but those games were at home. So there we go. If this was at Bournemouth's place, then I would have gone for the win for Bournemouth. But it's at the GT Community Stadium. It's a difficult place to go to, but I feel like they will get the job done. Brentford. So I'm going to go 3-2 to them. I don't know who the goal scorers would be, but all I know is that Brentford are going to bounce back since this game is at home. So there we go. But yeah, Brentford are going to get this win. Right. The next one is Crystal Palace versus Fulham. Of course, Fulham won that 2-1 against Brentford. For Crystal Palace, I've got their last game. What was Crystal Palace's last game? Let me just have a look. Because I always forget. Crystal Palace. Oh yeah, they drew 2-2 away to Wolves. So there we go. Crystal Palace are winless in their last 5 Premier League games against Fulham, drawing 4 and losing 1. And with each of their 3 meetings ending in a draw, Fulham have kept a clean sheet in each of their last 3 Premier League. Fulham have kept a clean sheet in each of their last 3 away league games against Crystal Palace. Only at Bolton between 2000 and 2004 and Middlesbrough between 2015 and 2022 have they kept 4 consecutive clean sheets on the road in their league history. Crystal Palace won 1-0 against Tottenham in the last Premier League London Derby match. They have not won a consecutive such game since April 2017 versus Arsenal and Chelsea. Crystal Palace have earned 4 points from their last 2 Premier League games, which is winning 1 and drawing 1. One more they have managed from their first 8 this season, which is no winning 8. And finally, Fulham, 5 Premier League away games this season. I've just seen just 11 goals scored. Only Arsenal and Man United games on the road have produced fewer. So there we go. But yeah, a London derby. Of course, like I said, Fulham got that win. Crystal Palace got that 2-2 draw. So yeah, this game might end in a draw again because, because in the last 3 meetings, it ended in a draw. So I feel like this might be a draw again. So for this game, I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw because Crystal Palace, could have won this game, but they didn't. For Fulham, they made the late win, So yeah, so let's see if Fulham can get back-to-back wins, this season. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. London Derby, it's going to be an interesting one. Crystal Palace goal scorers, I'm going to go for Eze and Matoma. For Fulham, I'm going to go for Harry Wilson and Emil Smith-Rowe. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw because Crystal Palace, only had 1 win this season, and that was against Tottenham. So there you go. And for Fulham, they got that late win against Brentford. So yeah, man. And also looking at the table as well, Fulham are in 9th place. They're in 15 points. And Crystal Palace are in 17th. So Crystal Palace need to get this win. Otherwise, if they don't, and if Southampton and Ipswich Town win their games, Crystal Palace will be back in the relegation zone. So it's a must win for Crystal Palace. But I'm just going to go 2-2 because they've been struggling this season. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw on this one. So there we go. All right. The next one is West Ham United versus Everton. Of course, I believe I forgot what Everton's lost. I think West Ham lost against Nottingham Forest or something like that. For Everton, I think they've drawn as well. So there we go. But yeah, man, here's the stats for this one. West Ham have won 5 of the last 8 Premier League games against Everton, which is losing 3. As many have they had previous 30 against them, which is drawing 9 and losing 16. Everton have won more Premier League games in total and away from home against West Ham than they have against any other opponent. Indeed, almost a third of Toffee's Premier League wins in London have come against the Hammers. Everton have lost their last 3 Premier League away games against London sides by a score of 12-1. They lost 4 in a row in the capital between January and September 2018. Having lost of their first Premier League games this season, West Ham have now won last two at the London Stadium. Of course, that was against Ipswich and Manchester United. They last won 3 in a row in May or August 2023, whilst they did so in the same campaign in October 2022. And finally, West Ham conceded at least once in each of their last 40 Premier League home games, the longest ongoing one of any side, and the Hammers' longest ever in the competition. The last failed to keep a clean sheet in more consecutive top-flight home games between December 1964 and October 1965, which is 16 times. So there we go. Going into this game, West Ham, they're at the London Stadium. They've won 2 in the bounce. And for Everton, though, they're in 16th place. So for me, it's a must-win game for Everton because if they don't win and if Crystal Palace win their game, they go above them. So, sorry, guys. Let me. Can you send this? Okay, I'll look at that in just a minute. Okay, sorry, guys. So, Everton need to win this game, and if they do, they will go from 16th to 14th, depending on the other fixtures as well. So Everton, they need to win this game, but it's at the London Stadium. West Ham need to bounce back after that defeat against Nottingham Forest. So yeah, man, I feel like it's gonna be a West Ham United win. So I'm gonna go for a I'm going to go West Ham to win this game 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1 West Ham, because I think Everton will score, but it's at the London Stadium, and it's going to be a difficult place to go. And Everton don't have a good record there over the last couple of games. They only won there 3 times, which is not that great. But yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 West Ham. Goal scorers, Jared Bowen, Kundus, Mohamed Kundus, and also Mikel Antonio. Everton, I'm going to go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So yeah, 3-1 West Ham United is going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. So there we go. The next one is the battle of the relegation. And it is Southampton going away against Wolves. So this one is an interesting one. It is 20th versus 19th. So this is going to be an interesting one. Right, here comes the stats. Wolves have won each of their last 5 Premier League games against Southampton, the longest winning one against any opponent in the competition, having kept a clean sheet of their first ever Premier League meeting with Wolves in September 2003, which was a 2-0 win. Southampton have now conceded in each of their last 11 against them in the competition. The away side have won just 2 of their last 27 Premier League meetings between the sides, starting the day in the bottom 2 places in the league table, which is drawing 18 and losing 17. Those though one of those was the most recent such match between Sheffield United 20th and Burnley 19th in April 4-1 to Burnley. Wolves remain winless in their 10 Premier League games so far this season, which is drawing 3 and losing 7. Only in 1983 to 84 season have they had a longer one without a win from the start of the league campaign, which have done it 14 times, going on to finish bottom of the top flight that season. And also, the final is that Southampton's 1-0 victory over Everton last time out ended in a one of 22 Premier League games without a win, and a one of 21 without a clean sheet in the competition. The last one consecutive top flight games in February 2022, the first which came against Everton. So, as you can see, there is the battle of the relegation zone. Now, I'm not sure what to say about this game, but all I know is that both teams, Wolves are still, it's only Wolves and Ipswich Town are still looking for their first win. So, yeah, for Wolves, they could have had that win against Palace, but they end up bottling it. So, for Southampton, they got that massive win against Everton. So, to me, whoever wins this game will still be in the relegation zone, depending if Crystal Palace get their win. But yeah, whoever wins this game, they will still be in the relegation zone because, Wolves still looking for their win. Southampton, even though they got that win, they've only got 4 points, yeah, out of 30, which is not that great. So, yeah, man, I don't know what to say, but I see this game ending a draw. So I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw because I don't see how any team will win this game. I really don't. If Southampton do win this game, then I feel like the more Wolves keep on dropping points, the more likely they're going to get relegated. And I don't think here anybody, including myself, would have ever predicted Wolves to be this bad. Never. So I predicted Southampton to be bottom. I mean, sorry, to be relegated, but not Southampton. I mean, not Wolves, sorry. So this is going to be an interesting one. But yeah, I'm just going to go for a 1-1 draw. Um, Southampton goal scorer, I don't know who. For Wolves, I'm going to go for Cunha. So yeah, I'm just going to go for 1-1 draw because I don't see any team and winning this game. I really don't. So yeah, I'm just going to go for a 1-1 draw. You just can't separate them. You just really can't. So there we go. Right, the next one is the interesting one. Brighton versus Manchester City. So I'm going to give you guys my shock prediction on this one later on. But first, let me give you the stats. So Brighton have conceded more Premier League goals against Manchester City than they had of any component, which is 14 times. Wow. Failing to keep a clean sheet in any of the last such 14 matches. Man City have taken 37 points from 42 available against Brighton in the Premier League, which is winning 2, drawing 1 and losing 1, with their only drop points coming at the Amex Stadium to May 2021, which that 3-2 defeat, and also 1-1 in May 2023. And I remember that goal from Brighton. I forgot this guy's name, but that was a wicked goal. Brighton have dropped 10 points from winning positions in the Premier League this season, only 4 fewer than they did in the whole of 2023, which that's 2024 season. Indeed, both of Seagull's defeats in this term have come after they'd taken the lead, which was a 4-2 win, which that 4-2 loss against Chelsea, and also that 1-2 defeat, which was their last game at Anfield. Brighton are unbeaten their last 5 Premier League home games so far this season, which is winning 2 and drawing 3. Only in 1982/83 season have they had a longer one without a home defeat from the top flight campaign, which is 7 times. And also, Man City, the last one, which is Man City's 32 unbeaten one in the Premier League come to an end, which was that win, which was that defeat away at Bournemouth last time out. Only in October 2023, December 2018, and December 2016 that they have lost consecutive league games under Pep Guardiola. So there we go. But listen, in that time, December 2018, and October 2023, that was the time when they've won the league. In that December 2016, that's when they didn't win the league because Chelsea won in that season. So there we go. But listen, man, and also another stat for you guys, which I mentioned before, Man City have lost three consecutive games in all competitions for the first time since April 2018. So 6 years ago under Pep Guardiola. But listen, in that time, they've also won the league. So listen, Man City, like I keep on saying, they're not going to win every single game. They are going to drop points. But you all know what happens, yeah? When it comes to Pep and when it comes to these players, they will get it right. They will, because we see this time and time again. So I still have Man City here to win this league. But if they keep on dropping points and if they lose their best players, then I feel like this season they might not win it. But looking at the table, yeah, it's a must win for Manchester City because they are 2 points behind Liverpool, which they've gone against Aston Villa. So the only way for Man City to be top of the league is that if they beat Brighton and Liverpool lose against Aston Villa, which you all know that's not going to happen. So Man City need to bounce back because they lose this game, if they lose this game and if they lose this game and if Liverpool win, there will be 6 points behind them. And also, if Nottingham Forest win their game, they'll be 1 point behind Manchester City. Like, can you imagine? But I don't think Nottingham Forest will finish in the top 4. But they are improving. They really are. But yeah, Man City need to win this game. But for me, it's such a difficult one because I would have thought that Man City got that win against Bournemouth, but they didn't. So for the very first time this season, I'm going to go for a shock. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brighton win. That's going to be my shock, because, Man City got destroyed against Sporting Lisbon. They've lost, they were out of the Carabao Cup against Tottenham. They lost 2-1 away against Bournemouth, and this is another away game, by the way. Wait, is it? Let me see. So, 2-1 Tottenham away. Bournemouth away and Sporting. Yeah, so this is another away game. Imagine they could lose 4 away games in all competitions. So if this game was at home, I would have probably gone for a Manchester City win. But this game is away from home. And Man City, so far in November, are struggling away from home. So yeah, I'm going to go for Brighton. I'm just going to go for shock 2-1 Brighton win in this one. The goal scorers for Man City, Phil Foden. For Brighton, I'm going to go for Danny Welbeck and Ivan Ferguson to score. So yeah, 2-1 Brighton, man. Gonna go for shock one. Really, I'm going to go for shock one. So yeah, 2-1 to Brighton. The next one, like I said, is an interesting one. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. And this game is at Anfield. And Andre Slot is doing a fantastic job. Top of the league and top of the Champions League as well. Oli Stu lost 1 game and that was at home against Nottingham Forest. So he's doing a fantastic job. So fair play to Andre Slot, man. Fair play to him. So this is the stats for this one. Having just one of their 6 Premier League home games against Aston Villa between 2019 and 2014, Liverpool have now won 5 of their last 6 at Anfield against the Villains, which is drawing 1, which I can't remember the last time that happened. Only Manchester United 12 times and Chelsea 7 times have won more Premier League away games against Liverpool than Aston Villa, 6th level with Arsenal. Okay, that makes sense. I'm just trying to think what that means. But yeah, Chelsea and Man United have won more Premier League away games against Liverpool than Aston Villa, which is interesting. Villa have lost 16 of their 80 Premier League away games against sides starting the day top of the table, which is drawing 2, including each of their last 9 in a row. Indeed, they have only won 1 of their 20 such games, beating Leeds United 2-1 at Ellen Road in January 2000. So that's 10 months before I was born. Liverpool have conceded their first goal in their last 2 Premier League games, but have avoided defeats in both, which is 2-2 against Arsenal and 3-1 against Brighton. Indeed, their win against Brighton was their 100th time they come from behind to win a Premier League match, the 3rd team to reach this milestone in the competition. And finally, both Aston Villa's Premier League defeats this season have come against the 2 North London sides, losing 4-1 against Tottenham last time out. The Villains have lost consecutive league games in May 2023. So listen, this is a huge game because, like I said, Aston Villa have lost their first ever Champions League game against Club Brugge. So there we go. I do apologize, guys, if you're hearing the siren. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but you're gonna have to forgive me on that one. But listen, it's going to be difficult for Liverpool because as Villa won it bounce back after that 4-1 battle win by Tottenham last Sunday. So they're looking to bounce back. But listen, this game is at Anfield, Andre Slot, have beaten Leverkusen at home 4-0. So this is going to be more difficult for Aston Villa than it is for Liverpool. So do I think Aston Villa are going to go goal up? Yes. But do I see Liverpool, losing this game? Absolutely not. So Liverpool just need to stop, going a goal down every single time. But they still avoided that defeat, but they still need to stop going a goal down. They need to go a goal up and making sure they can build that momentum, if you know what I mean, by winning this game. So going into this game tomorrow, I'm going to go for a 3-1 because I think Aston Villa will score, but I think Liverpool will get the job done at Anfield. So I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. The goal scorers, I'm going to go for Luis Diaz, Mo Salah, and Darwin Núñez. Aston Villa, I'm going to go for Ollie Watkins. So 3-1 Liverpool. Imagine if we can see another shot. Well, not shock, but especially that this game is at Anfield. Can you imagine? But I don't see that happening. I see Liverpool winning this game by 3-1. So that's going to be my prediction on that one. But man, those are Saturday's games. We move on into Sunday, and we've got Manchester United versus Leicester City, and this will be Ruud van Nistelrooy's last game as an interim manager, because after the international break, Ruben Amorim will be the head coach of Manchester United. So let's see if Ruud van Nistelrooy could win his last game as an interim manager. So there we go. Manchester United have lost just 2 of the last 17 Premier League games against Leicester, winning 10 and drawing 5, with those defeats coming consecutively in May and October 2021. And I remember that one. And that was the time under Ole, and that's the time when he got sacked. Leicester have won just 1 of their last 40 Premier League away games against Manchester United, picking up that 2-1 victory in May 2021, and I remember that one. Man United have scored in each of the last 20 Premier League games against Leicester since that 1-0 loss in January 1998. In their top flight history, only against Arsenal have they ever had a longer scoring streak, 30 times between 1953 and 1968. Man United have won 60 of the last 18 Premier League games against promoted sides, which is drawing 2, since that 4-1 was against Watford in November 2021. And again, that was under Ole, and that was the time he got sacked. And finally, Man United's 12 points this season is the lowest return of the 10 top flight games in a single season since 1986-87 season, 8 times, while the 9 goals scored in their lowest at this stage since 1973-74, which is also 9. But going into this game, Leicester City only had, I think they only had 2 wins this season, if I'm not mistaken. Leicester City only had 2 wins, and those 2 wins were against Bournemouth, and I forgot the other one. But Leicester City are in a good position. They're in 15th place. If they lose this game, then I don't think they'll be close to the relegation, but they'll not be in that position. But for Man United, though, they need to win. They need to win because their last game was against Chelsea, and they drew that game. They need to win because if they don't, Leicester City and West Ham and even will be above them, and Everton will be 11 points with them if they win their game. So Man United need to win this game. They cannot drop points, and if they do win, they will be in 12th place, depending on the Brentford game, and also their goal difference is still -3. So if they want to go further up, they need to improve their goal difference. But Man United need to win this game. They really need to. So listen, it's Old Trafford. You know, it's I think Leicester City will score this game, but I think Man United will get the job done. So going into this game, I'm gonna go for a Manchester United win. I'm gonna go for a Man United barely score lots of goals in the Premier League. Like in Man United have already scored 12. Sorry, they only scored 9 goals. 9 goals, you know. Yeah, they barely score goals. So I was thinking of a 3-1, but I thought to myself, I'm just only gonna go for 2-1 Man United to win because Ruben Amorim have a lot of job to do in terms of making Man United attackers score lots of goals. Because like I said, they've only scored 9. They only scored 9. I believe the only teams that have scored less than that are let me have a look. So the only teams who have scored less goals than Man United are Crystal Palace and Crystal Palace. Let me just check. Are Crystal Palace and Southampton. You know, that's the only teams here that have scored less goals than Man United. So this is absolutely insane. It really is insane. So yeah, Man United need to really, really sort their attack out. So let's say Ruben Amorim will be the right job. So I'm gonna go for 2-1. Man United spent lots of goals, but I'm just gonna go for 2-1. Just a tight win for them. Despite in this game being at Old Trafford. So yeah, Leicester's goal scorer, Jamie Vardy. Man United, I'm gonna go for Ahmad, and also Garnacho as well. So yeah, 2-1 to Manchester United on this one. So yeah, 2-1 Man United against Leicester City. Right, the next one. Ooh, I'm not quite sure if this game will be on Sky Sports. I really hope it does because New Nottingham Forest versus Newcastle. It's going to be an interesting one, of course. Nottingham Forest are in a good position. For Newcastle, though, they're looking to win after that 1-0 win against Arsenal. So they're looking to make it back-to-back wins at Premier League this season. So there we go. Here we go. Forest have won just one of their last 12 Premier League games against Newcastle, picking up that 3-1 win against St James Park last season with Chris Wood scoring a hat-trick, and I remember that one. Against no side have Newcastle played more Premier League away games without ever losing than Nottingham Forest. Their last top-flight defeat at the City Ground was in May 1987, winning form joining force since. This is the first time Nottingham Forest are facing a Newcastle in a top-flight match while above them in its table since March 1989 when they drew 1-1 at City Ground, which was Forest was in 5th and Newcastle were in 19th. Forest have won each of their last 3 Premier League games, winning 4 in a row in the top flight in April/May 1995, a season which saw them finishing 3rd in the table. Wow. And guess what? Only Liverpool have conceded fewer goals than Nottingham Forest this season, with only Brighton managing to score more than once against the tricky trees so far, which was that 2-2 draw. It's the fewest goal they've ever conceded after 10 games in the top flight campaign since their title winning season of 1978, which is also 7 times. So there we go. Listen, man, I'm looking forward to it. Forest are in 3rd place. If they win and Man City lose, they'll be 1 point behind them. For Newcastle, they're in 11th place. And if they win, they will be, they can go from 11th to they can go from 11th to 7th depending on the other results as well. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go for this game. I feel like this is gonna be a really tight game. As a Chelsea fan, I want Forest to lose so that if we beat Arsenal at Stamford Bridge on Sunday, we can go above them. So for me, the best one for me, I feel like this is going to be a draw, because Newcastle aren't just going to, they're just going to, I feel like both teams are playing particularly like a low block. So this one is going to be a tight one. So I'm hoping as a Chelsea fan that this game ends in a draw because if Forest win, then we have to win. Otherwise, we're in serious trouble. But yeah, for this one, it's at home. I don't think Forest will lose at home, but I feel like it's going to be a tight one. It really is going to be a tight one. So for this one, I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for 1-1 on this one. Even though I do think that Forest will just nick a 2-1 win. Yeah, I think, yeah, Chris Wood is on a really good form. He really is. So, but Newcastle defensively and in midfield have been really great as well. So yeah, I'm just going to stick to 1-1. I'm just going to stick to a 1-1 draw, and I hope and fingers crossed that happens. The goal scorers for this one, I'm going to go for Chris Wood. For Newcastle, I'm going to go for Alexander Isak. He's on a really great form. He really is. So yeah, I'm just going to go for 1-1 draw because it's so difficult, man. It really is. But deep down, I think Forest will win this game. But I'm hoping that it doesn't happen. I really hope so. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for 1-1 draw. I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna stick to it. So yeah, 1-1 draw between Forest and Newcastle. Right. The next one, which game is live on TV? Yep, it's the Forest Newcastle one. So thank goodness they chose that one. Thank goodness for that one. But yeah, the next one is Tottenham Hotspur versus Ipswich Town. So Tottenham are facing a team that still hasn't won a game this season. So there we go. Tottenham have won just 3 of the last 10 Premier League games against Ipswich, which is joint 3 and losing 4. Excluding ever-present sides, is the lowest win rate out of any opponents they face more than 10 times in the competition. Ipswich have won their last 3 Premier League games against Spurs, completing a double over them the last time they met, which was 2001 to 2002 season. They have never won 4 consecutive league games against them. Tottenham have won 32 of the last 36 Premier League home games against promoted sides, which is drawing 2 and losing 2, and haven't failed to score in any of their last 42 such games since that 1-0 loss to Wolves in December 2009. Ipswich have lost their last 5 Premier League away games against London side, conceded at least 2 goals each time, 16 in total. However, 33% of their Premier League wins in London have come against Spurs, including the last such victory in December 2001. And finally, Tottenham have conceded their first goal in each of their last 4 Premier League home games, but have come back to win their last 3. No team have ever conceded the first, but gone to win 4 consecutive home games in the competition before. So there we go. Listen, we also how Crystal Palace got that first win, of the season, and that was against Tottenham, but that was away from home. If this game was away from home, if Tottenham would have faced Ipswich Town away, then maybe, just maybe, this could have been a different conversation. But it's at White Hart Lane. Spurs have battered Villa, and I think they might do the same thing as well against Ipswich Town. So for this game tomorrow, on Sunday, I'm going to go for a 4-1 Tottenham win. Because Tottenham always cannot keep clean sheets and always concede goals. But I feel like, after that win against Villa, and by the way, they did lose against Galatasaray, and they were lucky that it could have been more goals than that. But listen, it's at White Hart Lane, Ipswich Town. It's going to be a difficult place for them. Imagine if they get their first win, just like Crystal Palace did. Then Tottenham, for me, are just the gift that keeps on giving. They're Spursy, they're bottle jobs, and this is why they'll always be like this until they can change their mentality. But it's at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I don't see them losing this game, so I'm just going to go for 1. Ipswich Town's goal scorer, I'm going to go for Mal Hutchinson. For Tottenham, I'm going to go for Dominic Solanke to score twice, Brennan Johnson to score, and Heung-min Son to score as well. So I'm going to go for a 4-1 Tottenham win. But I would love it if Ipswich Town can get that win. I would absolutely love it. I know Arsenal fans will love it as well, because if Chelsea or Arsenal lose this game and if Tottenham win, they will be above that team. So I would love it if Tottenham can drop points, but it's definitely not going to happen. So I'm going to go for a 4-1 Tottenham win. Then finally, Chelsea versus Arsenal. I'm not going to speak about this too much because we are going to do a preview very soon. What I'm going to say is that Chelsea need to win this game. It's a must-win game for Chelsea, but you can also say the same for Arsenal because it's 3 defeats in a row, only 1 win in 5 in all competition. So, you know, so listen, it's a must-win game for both teams. But this game is at Stamford Bridge. We've only lost one this season, and that was against Manchester City. And we did draw points against Crystal Palace and Forest, and those games we should have won. Should have won those games. But as I'm recording this right now, we're above Arsenal. And if we win that game, and if Arsenal lose, they can go from title ways to being the top 4 ways. So I would love it, yeah, if we can just end that Stamford Bridge curse against Arsenal. I really love it. And we will be 3 points ahead of them, And like I said, we need to win this game because if Forest drop points, then we need to win that game so that we can be in a good position going into the international break, So if we win and if Forest and Villa drop points, then we'll be in 3rd place, and we'll be 3 points ahead of them. So it's a must-win game for Chelsea. It can also say the same thing for Arsenal. But this game is at Stamford Bridge, and I expect, and if Palmer isn't fit, then putting Kunku in a number 10, because that for me, that's his best position. For me, he's not a false line, he's a number 10. So if Palmer isn't fit, putting Kunku there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, man, I know I predicted 2-1 Chelsea and in a game against Man United, and that could have happened if Enzo Fernandez would have done better with his shot, But in this game, I expect a much better performance than the Man United game. Every player was there to step up and rise. Caicedo, do your thing, Maresca, this time, do make the right tactics and the right lineup and make the right substitutions in the right place at the right time. I never, ever want to see Gusto playing, inverting, when he, because that is not that great. Because when it comes to defending, it's not that great, And he cannot do the position, and he cannot be in that penalty box. It should be the likes of our wingers, and especially Nicholas Jackson. So if you want to start Gusto, then put him as right back, but don't invert him too much because he cannot do that. He cannot do that. But for me, Reece James in the last couple of games have been fit and he has been really good. So for me in this game, I'll drop Gusto. I will start Kukurea, but I'll leave that one for later. But I'm really hoping that the players step up. The fans will sing loud. We get a much better performance and we win this game. Because if we don't, then like I was fuming for the Man United game, I'll be fuming on this one. Because like I said, if Forest drop points and we lose this game, it's a disgrace. It really is. So for this game, I'm going to back my team. I'm going to go 2-1. It's going to be a tight one, but I'm just going to back my team again. But if Chelsea do not win this game, that are less the game, it's going to be a different conversation. But it's a must-win game for Chelsea, but also the same thing for Arsenal. But I'm a Chelsea fan, and we need to win this game. So I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to back my team since this game is at Stamford Bridge. So there we go. But yeah, man, that is all my Premier predictions. Let me go through them one more time. So Saturday's games, I've gone for Brentford 3-2 win against Bournemouth. I've gone for a 2-2 draw between Crystal Palace and Fulham. I've gone for West Ham 3-1 win against Everton. I've gone for a 1-1 draw between Wolves and Southampton. I've gone for a shock Brighton win against Man City 2-1. I've gone for Liverpool 3-1 win against Aston Villa at Anfield. Then Super Sunday, I've gone for Man United 2-1 win against Leicester City. I've gone for a 1-1 draw between Forest and Newcastle United. I've gone for a Tottenham to batter Ipswich Town by 4-1. And last and not least, I've gone for a Chelsea 2-1 win against Arsenal in a game of the weekend, the big one, and a London derby at Stamford Bridge. I'm going to back my team. I'm really hoping that we get the job done. So that is it. That is all my paper predictions for game week number 11. So do let me know in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree with anything that I said. And if you got your predictions, do let me know in the comments down below as well. But yeah, guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you're new, click the subscribe button, slap the like in if you enjoyed this video and the other series I've done so far. Make sure you share this video to all your friends, your family, the people that share this to all of them, so that, it helps the channel go big and it help me, be a happy person. And also make sure you hit the bell notification so that you never ever miss any one of my videos or live streams, whenever I go live to do watch alongs or something like that. So make sure you hit the bell notification as well. Do not miss, so that you never miss it. So hit that bell notification. But yeah, man, guys, I'm nervous about the Chelsea Arsenal game, but I really hope we get the job done. So the preview is coming out later today or tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune into that one. And let's hope that Chelsea can get the job done. So may the best team win on Sunday. So I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to it. So there we go. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, and as always, up the Chelsea.